It's a great day in the morning. It is windy and dusty, but that happens in West Texas. And for those who have moved here from Wisconsin or Ohio or Michigan, South Dakota, it does happen this time of the year. And you ain't seen nothing yet. Wait till March. But it's a gorgeous day in the rugged Llano West Staccato. Thanks a lot for punching in AM 1070, FM 107.1, and online at KWEL.com. Nelson Spears, candidate for the chairmanship of the Republican Party in Midland County, and joins us now on the radio. Nelson, good morning.
Good morning to you, Craig, and good morning, Midland. Good Monday to you all.
Yes, sir. And Nelson, you have thrown your hand into the ring to run for the chairmanship of the Republican Party in Midland County. What prompted you to run?
Well, Craig, I've always been involved in my community, whether I lived in Kansas or New Mexico. Or
Hey,
Texas.
Nelson, let me stop you for a second. Are you on a speakerphone or anything?
No, sir, I'm not.
Oh, okay. Sounds a little bit muffled. Anyway, go ahead.
Well, no, I've just been a community-type person, my wife Nancy and I, and we've been involved for our community, whether it's Mid-Cities Community Church or especially the Republican Party. I've been involved with the Republican Party for the last 30 years, whether it's an advisor or a donor or a host or a volunteer. We've helped many, many Republicans get elected. And I just see a danger in Texas with Wendy Davis and Barack Obama with their battleground Texas plans to try to turn Texas blue, or at least purple. And so I'm stepping up my game, so to speak, and I just want to help Republicans get elected.
And that's a good point. A lot of times we will get people to call into this radio broadcast, and they will say this. Nelson, we'll let you address it. Nelson Spears, the candidate for the chairmanship of the Republican Party here in Midland County. But Nelson, people will call in and they will say there's not a lick of difference between a Democrat and Republican. How do you announce that, or how do you address that?
Well, my goal is to get Republicans elected. Now, whatever Republican is serving there now, my goal as chairman is direct the voters to the information where they can figure that themselves. And so they can figure out which candidate they want. Now, one of the problems we have in that is that we don't have very high voter turnout. For example, in 2004, 2008, and 2012, we've had virtually no difference in Republican voter turnout. In fact, from 2008 to 2012, we lost Republican votes. We've never had any Republican in these presidential election years get more than 37,000 Republican votes. This is Midland County. We have a booming economy. We have a booming population. We can do better than that because we are Midland County.
But what about the difference between the two parties?
Well, there is a difference. I'm a conservative. Ronald Reagan was a conservative. I'm pro-life. I support and defend the Second Amendment. I think the national debt is the greatest threat to our national sovereignty. And I think if we get candidates to start talking about these issues, the pro-life issues, the Second Amendment issues, and the national debt, I think we can distinguish this. I think we can distinguish them. And if we're not happy with who our current representatives are as Republicans, that's what the primaries are for.
AM 1070 and FM 107.1. Nelson will bring in a call or two this morning, 20 away from 9. Nelson Spear, running for the chairmanship of the Republican Party in Midland County, and you're on the morning show with Nelson Spear. Good morning.
Hi, good morning, Craig.
Morning.
Hey, Craig, and Mr. Spear.
Yes.
I just started catching the broadcast. Maybe I missed it, but Craig just asked you to distinguish the differences between the parties, and this is part of the problem a lot of us are having with that we don't see a difference. And I'm glad that you're making it clear that there is a difference here in Midland County. But what about overall? We all kind of equate our politics to a national level in a sense. What about how are we going to incite people to stand up and come out for the Republican candidates when we're being constantly let down over and over again?
Excellent question. Excellent question. And and I'll try to answer that in 30 seconds or less. Ronald Reagan reminded us the importance of the grassroots Republicans. It's the grassroots Republicans that elect our local leaders and help elect people to the even Congress. I'm reminded of an instance back in New Mexico in about 1980 where a write-in candidate for Republicans for Congress won, and it's because of grassroots. Now, in my particular case, the county chairman is the very last race on the ballot. My name is the last one on the ballot. Now, I'm asking people to go to that last name and vote for it because I'm trying to inspire people to get involved in the process, trying to get people activated, trying to wake up conservatives and that saying, it's okay to be a conservative. It's okay to talk about conservative issues, and it's okay to not feel bad about being a conservative. Does that answer your question?
A little, yeah. It answers my question. I can see where your stance is, but we got a bitter taste in our mouth over and over. And I agree with you. The grassroots makes the difference because we have to start at the bottom here and build up, and these people progress into higher offices, but we keep getting let down. These people get up there to the Austin or Washington, D.C., and they tell us they're conservatives, and I don't want to mention their names. Some of them advertise there on KWEL, but it's a letdown. They want us to be their conservatives, but they're not. They're just Republicans.
And I understand, and that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to wake up everybody. And again, my point is we're not doing our job here in Midland County. We're not voting as well enough. We had in the 2012 census estimated we had over 156,000 people, and yet only less than 37,000 Republicans are voting, or people are voting Republican. And the thing is we've got to wake up the grassroots, and that's what I'm doing. I'm just trying to wake everybody up. I'm trying to run my campaign with some enthusiasm and some passion, just to maybe spark a fire in other people and saying, hey, we can do this. We did it before with Reagan. We can do it again locally, and we can make some differences, starting with the local level.
Yeah. All right, sir. Thank you. Thank you for your time. Craig, thanks for taking my call.
Yes, sir. Nelson, your phone just sounds really weird. Are you on a cell phone or?
Yeah. Do you want to call me back on my?
I don't know what that number is. You may not want to give that out. I don't know.
It's in the phone book. I'll give it to you.
I can't. Okay. What is it?
694-8430. You can call me at home, and that's why I'm the accessible candidate. Call me.
694-8430. Right?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes,
we'll Nelson. Thanks. We'll do that.
All right.
That should be a little better. 16 away from 9, AM 1070 and FM 107.1.